Hello and welcome to Baby Steps in Create Studio 3 Part 8. I'm Tony of Tony's Tutorials and this is version 3.4.1, and what we're going to do is we're going to explore by going on a new project, and we're going to explore the Boost Elements area. Here is a load of backgrounds, as you can see, and I'm going to click on one. Let's do this one up here. And I need to download it to my PC from off the cloud, so I just click on that with my left mouse button, and then I'm going to use my left mouse button to drag it across onto the canvas, and it'll come up like that. Right, now as you can see, it says background scene. It's not a background image, it's a background scene, which means it's a group. There is also other indication. If you get to the end, you'll see this triangle in the top corner. That it means it's a group, right? So any group you have, if you click on it, double click left mouse button, and you should go inside that group, right? Like I just did. So we're now inside that group. So we got the background and we got the actual shapes which are there, the spiral shaped circles, right? And as you can see, if you get to the end there, you see that's also got another triangle, which means that's a group as well. So if you double click that, you go inside that. So now you can customize this, the boundaries and the background and whatever, and you can edit it manually, or you can use whatever's here, right? But if you want to leave that as it is and then go back to the background scene, all you do is click on it with your left mouse button, and then we're back in the background scenes, and we can change that lot by just messing about with these if you wanted to, right? For example, you can go on this like that and then just change the opacity to change a colour. You see that? If you wanted to. You don't need to, but if you wanted to make it any customizations, you're allowed to, right? Because it's a scene that's been made for you, right? Okay, now I've told you about that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the main timeline, and it'll be back to where it was, right? So it's just a background scene now, and that goes up to 20, so that's enough for what I need. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use that as just a background scene for a person who's talking, yeah? So what we'll do is just get a character. Doesn't matter whether we get a normal character or a 3D character creator, just get a normal character, it don't matter. Just drag him along and just put him there, and he's just going to say something like, hello and welcome to the show. This show is about blah 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 blah, etc. Right? So you can do that. You can change his action, you can add him walking on, or you can have him sliding on by using a right scale motion or something. I mean right position motion, sorry, and then just do that, and he comes on and waves like that. So you can have him do that, and let's just add an extra action. Let's just say idling, and let's drag that along a bit. Just need to get on there. That's right, I hadn't got on it, right? So that's dragging him out for a certain length of time. So he's been on there for a while, right? Let's just push it that way a bit so we ain't on straight away. So that's that, right? So we've got, say that's our scene, and we've put things on like text and that, right? So that's the first scene you've done, say, right? Now we go back onto Boost Elements. So he's just introducing the actual video, or what the video is about, or something like that, for example. Then you go on to the next piece, which has got the minimal scenes here, so you can add a minimal scene of whatever you want to do. So you want to introduce your group, I'm going to upload it again, and then just pop this on here like that. Actually what I want to do is just put that on there, and say for example you wanted to add a transition. Say you do click on that and you get a transition like that. So what I've done is I've put it on top of the one below on the first one. That's the first one, and the second one's above it, and this green line comes up and you click on it with a left click button and it'll show all the different transitions here that you can use, and you can change them if you want. So say checkered instead. I don't want the other one, I want checkered. Right, so we'll go to checkered and that's what happens, right? But then you get your email marketing thing. This one is also a group, as you can see, because it's got a group thing there. If you want to change anything in here, just double click it, your left mouse button, you click on the thing you want and you should come up and you should be able to change it. Simple as that. Like I showed you on the last video, if you've been following my videos, it's very simple. Just click on them and you can change them, whatever you want to change. The image, the text, whatever, you know. It's very simple to change, right? If you need to make any more serious changes, you might have to change these, but usually it should be only the things on here that you need to change for the most part. They made it as simple as possible for you, right, to do that, right? So that's that. Anyway, say if you didn't want this these things on the transitions like that and you wanted a different transition, they've got transitions on this particular section itself, and some quite colourful ones, and I'm going to show you how you use one of those. Let's just click on one there. Let's try that one, and all you do is you just download it to your computer and then you just add it to where you want it by dragging it to the timeline, and it'll go to the right size roughly, and you can have them put it together if you want and do it like that. So here we go, we'll just show you how it works like that. Like it's the same as using the transitions on a video editor, you know, similar sort of thing, or you can do it a bit wider like that if you wish. So it'll be okay because it'll still show all of that, and there you go, right? But obviously the transition is the same, it's a scene. So with the transition you can click on it, double click on it and go into the transition, change it if you wanted to. You got the shapes there, and you got the shapes showing the colours. I've gone right into it, right? Click off there by going on to the transition scene and then back to the button itself. Everything is customizable basically. You can customize that, customize the transition scene, you can customize the minimal size slide scene, and sorry, it's a bit of too many S's for me mouth there, I think. Anyway, you got all them, and then you've got these little interface things. So you've got different things here you can show, like buttons and things that are going on there. Obviously these won't just automatically work for you. You'd have to use a different app for that, but you can put these on and make them do the actual animations, you know what I mean? So you'd be able to do that for that, for example, that one. So if you want to add something like that, you click on it and then drag it on to where you want it. Where's me? I've done that wrong place now. That needs to be all the way across there. I wanted that on the other one, so it's my fault. I shouldn't have clicked on that, so I need to go over there. Let's put that at the end there like that. And as you can see, this one's a group as well. So if you have a look at this, watch, and then that comes up with that. So say if you wanted to have the notifications bell on, say, oh, everybody's clicking on my notifications bell. You can change this to whatever number you want, I suppose, like that, say to whatever, and then you go to the shape of the bell, and you can change the colour of that, everything. So it's really good. You can change anything on there. So let's go back, and then let's go further down. What else you got? You got social media icons, and then you got titles. So after that you could add a title somewhere. So let's just add another scene first. Just add a scene. Everything. Oh, you got that typography there. Let's do a title. Needs it to be on the front bit, don't it? Let's get a title to where them titles are. I lost them titles now. Infographic typography. Before the infographic already. There's the titles, right? So what we could have done was add these titles to the beginning scene. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the title on. Let's click on here. Title 2, let's do that. Right, we're going to do that. Bring it across there. So it's got bold title on there. Yeah. And then he comes in, and that'll go off. But I need to start talking. So we could do that. We could move it down a bit so it's smaller. And we could also click on it because it's also a group. And it gives you the text group there. You can change it. Give you a chance to change the text, the colour and everything. Right, now you can do that. And you can change the animation if you wish by changing these. Right, so simple as that really. Right, so there you go. Right, so we'll go back on the main and let's have a look, see how it's looking so far. Minimal typography, and then he says hello and welcome. So what we're going to do, go back on the bold scene text and we change them text groups. Let's see what it says. Oh, where does it say? Text 2 typography. So I would just say, we're going to say here moves. I'll put that as moves. You click on number 1 and do your best. Okay, so I got your best moves. That could be the title. For example, say you're doing a video for dancing competition or something, I don't know, maybe. Your best moves. That would make sense with a guy being dressed like that. So that makes sense, doesn't it? And perhaps he's doing a tutorial on how to dance or how to hold your posture for the dance or whatever before you start. So that'd be interesting. Then you go on to the next bit, which would be transition, and it goes to here's your judges, blah 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 blah, and they'll give you a notification of how many points you get, for example. And then you go on to the next slide, which would be further down here. Go down here and let's see what we got. We've got the infographics. We could have an infographic saying the points come up to that. So who scored what on the points. So you'd have an infographic scene there. There. So there you go, like that, and then it goes. So you just change that to say, you go on here like this, you click on that and say points given to every contestant. Now ratings per contestant ratings per style. And performance. That makes sense, right? Contestant ratings per style and performance, mobile. Then you just change these, wouldn't you? They'd be like, you down, and you'd have like, change that to mobility. Make it simple. Mobility. What do you call them? Stature. For example, composure. Trait, as in like footiness or whatever, you know. So that's just an example. For examples, you could do that. You know, giving ratings what the judges are put for each particular thing, depending on each contestant, say, for example. Also, you could do that as your next piece, and then go on to the next bit, which would be further down. So that's one just there, and we can get further down, and we can use that one, safe endless possibilities. So go on there, and then bang that on the back. Now you don't need to necessarily put a transition in, but we'll put one in anyway. So we'll go there, and then we're just going to apply that, and then we go endless possibilities. That is pretty good. So, and that one is another group, which you double click, and you can change things on there if you wish. They're all the same. It's very easy to do. Now you can change the words. Endless possibilities sounds good to me, so I'm going to leave it as it is. Back to the timeline. So you've got that, and basically that's the lot. That's really good stuff there. I mean, I've made somewhere out of nothing there, really, basically. So I've actually made a story out of from nothing, just by telling you what you could do. Your best moves. Show host is telling you, hi everybody, welcome to Simply Come Dancing or whatever, right? We're going to perform a few basic dance steps and blah 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 blah, and then here are your judges coming up in a minute, right? So here's first judge Emily Davies, Sophia Martinez our second judge, and our last judge is Michael Anderson. And you can put like Dance Queen 2023, European Dancer of the Year, male dancer for, I don't know, America or whatever, you know, something like that. You could do, you could put all those in for that. You can change all that as much as you want, so that's no problem. And then you go on to the transition scene from there. So I mean before there actually. Go on to there, and then we go through that. Then we go on to the social media scene. So that'll just put the bells up to say like, yeah, we got a rating, and then these are the ratings for the contestants, what they've done so far, you know. And then you go on through to the next bit. Where's the next bit going? Where's the next bit? I can't see the next bit. I've stopped it automatically, and I'm naughty like that sometimes. And there we go, endless possibilities. Now, like, wow, what they can do. So it's just giving you an easy way to make something look a little bit better just by going into there and just look through them and alter them how you want to, really. But I mean, I'm exploring this myself for the first time, and it's looking really good. You know, there's a lot of possibilities with this just by looking at it with my eyes just then. I've just made a story up straight away from that. So it'll give you inspiration and give you ideas what you can do. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, as it's helped me to understand it as well as you, and I really do hope you have. And if you have, please like and subscribe to Tony's Tutorials, and thank you very much for watching.